All right, this video is going to be on ionic radius. I know I said Coulombic attraction, but the radius of ions. So let's say we have a magnesium atom here. We draw magnesium. So magnesium has 12 protons. It's got energy level with 2 electrons in it. Energy level with 8 electrons. And energy level with 2 valence electrons. So there's a normal magnesium with no charge. Well, if we think about when it becomes magnesium with a positive 2 charge, that's its charge it forms, that means it's lost 2 electrons. It's going to lose its valence electrons. So now we're going to have that whole energy level is going to be gone. Oops, we lost more than that. Didn't mean to. That one's still there. So that whole outer energy level is gone with those 2 electrons in it. So we now have the valence electrons are now closer to the nucleus. So the electron cloud got smaller that way because we lost the outer energy level. And there is actually more Coulombic attraction because you now have the nucleus protons closer to the valence electrons, more Coulombic attraction pulling them in. And we have more protons than electrons. So whenever there's more protons than electrons, it's kind of like a tug of war there. The protons are winning that tug of war and pulling those electrons in closer. So when elements become positively charged, they get substantially smaller. So magnesium has a much bigger radius than magnesium with a +2 charge. All right, let's look at a negative ion. So let's say we have fluorine. Okay, fluorine would have 9 protons. It's got 2 energy levels. It's got 2 electrons in the first energy level, 7 electrons in the second energy level. So that's a normal fluorine. Fluorine forms a -1 charge. So still going to have 9 protons. Still going to have 2 electrons in the first energy level. It's now going to have 8 electrons in this next energy level when it has a -1 charge. Not a huge difference in size here. Okay, not a huge difference in size. We didn't gain an energy level, lose an energy level. So in general, the electrons, valence electrons, are in the same principal energy level, in the second energy level. But here we have 9 protons trying to pull on 8 electrons. Here there are 9 protons trying to pull on 9 electrons, okay? Or 9 versus 7 valence, 9 versus 8 valence. So there's the same number of protons in both, but the protons are pulling on more electrons here. A little bit harder to pull them in, so a little bit less attraction because it's a little bit harder to pull those in, a little bit easier to pull these in. So when elements become negative, they actually get a little bit larger. Positive, they get way smaller. They become negative, they get just a little bit larger. That's all it is for ionic radius.